Hi, I'm Kristen Amdahl with Red Heart Yarns. Today we're going to talk about the Charleston Cloche, which is this pattern here. It's a hat that has a really beautiful stitch pattern that looks like flower petals when it's done. It's a really easy to remember stitch pattern once you learn the tips and tricks. This is one of Red Heart's most downloadable patterns, and it's available on the website. Let's get started. The pattern begins at the crown, and you start with a chain 3 to join in the ring, chain 3 to count as your first double crochet, then working 10 stitches around in the ring to count as a total of 11 double crochets. Join to make it into the round. Then the second round I've also started here. We did a chain 3 to start to count as our first double, and then worked a double crochet in the same stitch. Then in each stitch around we're going to work 2 double crochets into the stitch from the round below. So what that means is you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1 double crochet. Now we're going to work a second stitch into that same space, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then to join, you join into the top chain of the chain 3 from the beginning of the round, and the second round is complete. Now going forward, we're going to have a round 3, which is totally unique, and then after that, round 4 is what we will repeat for the remainder of the hat. Round 3 starts with a series of special stitches which are listed at the beginning of the pattern, and I'll show you that here. The special stitches section has 4 main stitches, and it's going to be important that you sit down and really concentrate and read through these, because there's a lot of steps in each stitch, but once you understand it, it will make a lot of sense, and I'm going to go over that with you too. So round 3 starts with chain 2, and then we're going to work a beginning cluster, working first leg in same stitches join, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So once I read where I'm working it in round 3, I'm going to go back to the special stitches section and follow the instructions. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that same stitch as the join, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and do that again, yarn over, insert our hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then pull through 2 one more time. So now we have 2 loops on our hook. The next step of the beginning cluster is to now yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through 2 a second time. So now when we have 3 remaining loops on the hook, the last direction for beginning cluster is to pull through all 3 loops on our hook. Beginning cluster is complete. So now I'm going to go back to round 3, and the next step is to chain 3. Oops. Okay, chain 3, and we're going to cluster in the back bar of the third chain from the hook. So we've got our 3 chains here. If you turn your work slightly to the side, you'll see that's the bump, the rounded loop on the back side of those chains. We've got V's on the front and bumps on the back. We're going to insert our hook into that bump onto the back. So yarn over, insert our hook into the bump on the back, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We'll do that a second time. Yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then pull through 2 one more time. And there is our cluster. And 2 loops remain on the hook. And I'm reading that up in the special stitches section. So now we'll go back to the round 3, and after we do that, then we're clustered in the same stitch as the second leg of previous beginning cluster, which is here. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that stitch we last worked in the previous stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert our hook into the same stitch again, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2 one more time. And if you notice, this is kind of similar to working 2 double crochets together. If that gives you an idea of what the cluster is, it's actually 2 posts of a double crochet worked into the same space. So working the cluster in the second leg of previous beginning cluster, now we have 3 loops remaining on our hook. We're going to cluster in the next double crochet, just yarn over, insert our hook into the very next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, Again, yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two one more time, and now in the pattern of round 3, it's going to remind us we should have 4 loops on our hook. We have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to pull through all 4 loops on our hook. Just as a little mental note, notice that there's an asterisk before we continue in this row, and that means that when we get to a point where it says repeat from the asterisk, this is where we're going to repeat from. So now we're going to chain 3, and we're going to work a 3 cluster together, working first leg in the back bar of third chain from the hook. And we just did that before, so remember we have V's on the front of the chain and bumps on the back. So we're going to work into that bump on the back, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2 a second time. We now have 2 loops on our hook. The next leg of the cluster is going to be worked in the stitch that we worked in previously on the last stitch, which is right here. Yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, insert our hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 a second time, and then working the next cluster into the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 one more time, and now we have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to pull through all 4 loops at the same time. And at this point, it says repeat from the asterisk 18 more times. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how to finish this round. Okay, so now that you've repeated from the asterisk 18 more times, I want to show you what it looks like here. I have it laying down on the table. Notice how it's a little bit ruffly right now? If yours looks like that, don't worry about it. What we've done is worked all our increases for the crown in that one row, so that round 4, our next round, is the one round we're going to work evenly for the remainder of the hat. And the only way we could do that is by getting enough volume in round 3. So it's going to ruffle right now, but if you look on the hat, notice how once you get the length of the hat, it really straightens itself out. So don't panic if yours looks ruffly. Mine does too. And let me show you how to complete round 3. So we're going to chain 3 and work a beginning cluster in the back bar of that third chain from the hook, which we've already done a few times. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 one more time, and then pull through both loops on the hook. And we're going to slip stitch into the base of the first horizontal stitch at the beginning of the round. And going forward, you're going to need to know what a horizontal stitch is. Think about the sunset. If you're looking at the sunset, you're looking at the horizon. The horizontal stitch is the one that's going sideways like that. So the beginning base is this hole right here. We're going to slip stitch into that hole like that, and round 3 is complete. So now rounds 4 through 12 are all identical. I'm going to show you how to do round 4, and that's what you'll complete for the remainder of the hat. We're going to chain 2, work a 2 treble cluster, working first leg in same stitch as where we joined. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2 one more time, and then working in the second leg of base of same horizontal stitch, which is right here. So yarn over, insert our hook into the next space at the other end of the horizontal stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, work a second time in that same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, then pull through 2 a second time, and now pull through all 3 loops on the hook. And it's going to look like that. So now for the 3 treble cluster, we're going to chain 3. And notice how at this point in the pattern, it's where there's the asterisk. This is, as a mental note, this is where you'll go back to repeating for this round. Chain 3, yarn over, insert your hook into the bump at the back of the third chain from your hook. Pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2 a second time. We now have 2 loops on our hook. we're going to work into the same space we worked the last leg of the last cluster. Yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 a second time, and then we're going to work our third leg of this three cluster into the next base of the horizontal stitches. Yarn over, insert our hook into the next space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 a second time. We now have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops like that. And I'm going to lay it down on the table so you can see here. Every stitch going forward to repeat from the asterisk is going to have a horizontal stitch and 2 angled base clusters, a horizontal cluster and 2 angled base clusters. And you're working all 3 of those. That is our 3 cluster stitch. And notice how as it's picking up from the base of the other ones, that's what's giving us our 6-petal delta flower, which is the stitch pattern. So let's repeat from that asterisk for this round, and then I'll show you how to finish this round. All right, so after you've worked from the asterisk 18 more times, notice how much flatter it's gotten already, and it'll just continue to get flatter now that we're working evenly. It starts to stretch out that volume from round 3. So now we're pretty flat, and there are 2 special stitches at the end of round 4, and let me show you how to do those. The first one is working the same stitch like we've been doing, but the last leg of it is worked in a different place. So we're going to chain 3 as normal, insert our hook, yarn over, insert our hook into the back bump of the lower chain of chain 3, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2 one more time. We have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to work our next cluster into the same space of the horizontal stitch from the previous stitch, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 one more time. Second cluster is made. Now the third one is worked into the first horizontal stitch from the beginning of the round. So into this space here where there's other stitches already. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2 a second time. Now with 4 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on our hook. So it's the same stitch, but it's just noted differently in the pattern that you're working into the stitch from the beginning of the round. And then our final stitch is working a beginner cluster, the chain 3, insert, yarn over, insert your hook into the back bump of the lower chain of the chain 3, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert a hook in the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 again, and then pull through 2 again, and then you're going to slip stitch to join into the first space from the first horizontal stitch at the beginning of the round, which then joins the round and makes this cluster another horizontal stitch. And that completes this round. This is also round 4 is what you will repeat specifically exactly the same for rounds 5 through 12, and you'll always end up at the very edge of your pattern. You're going to end up with those horizontal stitches, which works like a nice little scallop, so you're already done with the edge. And as this Charleston cloche and any other cloche, that style of hat means that it's a little more relaxed at the base, which means you can wear it down and low, or you can fold it up very easily. And in this particular pattern, we folded it up heavier in the back and lighter on the side where the flower is joined. So if you notice, when you're joining the flower, if you're going to do this style, you don't have to roll the brim up exactly the same. You want to do it on a little bit of an angle, and it also helps feature the flower a little bit better. This pattern and many more are available on the website, so come check it out at redheart.com.